take some time as you look into what it is that you want to create and what it is that you want to accomplish, the goal or vision or dream that you have, just one thing for right now that is calling to you, that wants to come through you right now, aligning it with your values and your mission, and then deciding how you will show up for it and creating some agreements between yourself and the way you want to show up with your energetically, spiritually, physically, and how you will do that to bring this vision into form that feels of integrity with your values, your missions, and the agreements that you've made with yourself to develop and consistently hold that self-trust that you have in yourself and your ability to bring this to life and to do it in a way that feels really good and supported, considering what you might need along the way. Hello, love. Welcome to the Sacred Purpose Podcast, a place where we illuminate your innate wisdom and help you embody your soul's calling. I'm your host, Lisa Malia, midwife, breast cancer survivor, and mama of 3, turned nonprofit CEO and embodiment coach. We're each on a unique path to live our sacred purpose, but we don't need to walk it alone. Through the power of connection, feminine wisdom, and embodied leadership, we can elevate our lives, communities, and businesses. Each week, I'll bring you transformative stories, practices, and rituals to support you in trusting and following your intuition, creating space to live a life of sacred purpose with deeper clarity and unapologetic joy. As we reimagine and envision a new way forward. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Self-trust and self-agreements, the pieces to actually being able to follow up and complete those goals, those visions, those projects that you have created for yourself for the rest of this year or any time, really. So I wanted to dive into this today. It's the part 3 of this 3-part series. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is what comes next. After you have decided what it is you want, after you have decided how you're going to go about it, you're clear about what your vision is and what your goal is, what the project is, whatever you're directing your attention to right now. And this is the part where self-trust and self-agreements come in, so that when the rubber meets the road, as you're going for taking the steps to bring this project to life, to build it, to develop it, to grow it, to create it, where when we come up against things that feel challenging, not enough time, not enough support, or doubt or criticism or imposter syndrome, all the things that can creep in and pull us off course and really test us when it comes to completing some of these things, and where self-trust plays a vital role. And this is why I like to create some agreements for myself. There are some lifetime agreements that I have for myself, and then there are some that I have that are project specific. How will I show up for this thing that is in alignment with my values, my mission, my purpose, so that I can stay in integrity and also remind myself that I can trust myself. I can do this. I am capable. I do keep promises to myself. And I forgive myself when I need to make adjustments, or if I feel like I have failed in some way, or if I step off course a little bit, if I feel like I got derailed. This is a way to bring me back into integrity and into trust with myself, so that I don't just completely abandon my dreams, my visions, my goals, because that's what can happen next. If we start to really doubt ourselves, that's when we start to abandon our goals and our projects and our ideas, and then we abandon ourselves. So I find that building some of these agreements are really important and so vital to building that self-trust muscle. And especially when we're going after something and there's not, sometimes there's not a lot of buy-in, right? Not everybody understands the vision that we have for our lives. Not everybody understands our goals or what it is we want, or how we're doing things, or why we're doing it differently, right? Oftentimes we're challenging the status quo, and it makes other people uncomfortable. or they are cheering you on, but they really don't know how. They don't have the tools and resources themselves. And so they can say things or project things onto you that can feel really hurtful and may even pull you off course, may cause self-doubt to creep in. And how can you then find your way back into integrity with yourself, knowing that their vision, their projection, their interpretation of what you're doing has no place in the steps that you take and doesn't belong in your space, your energy, and certainly can pass right on through you so that you don't need to allow it to pull you off course. I've had this happen to me, especially recently, actually, by two people that I deeply love, completely respect, and often go to for advice. Their projections at this time just pulled me way off course and gave me pause because it came from people that I truly respect and value their opinions. And I didn't expect it. I was really surprised by it. And so it took me a little bit, it had me questioning my values for a little bit and my belief in my ability into creating what it is that I wanted that stayed in alignment with my values, where I didn't have to completely give up on everything that I believed in order to accomplish what it is I wanted to accomplish. And that's where the rubber meets the road. I wanted to accomplish what my dreams, my goals, my vision, and do it in a way that was in alignment with my values and my promises and the agreements that I have made to myself over this lifetime. And it shook me to my core. And thank God that I had this really strong foundation and I was able to navigate my way through it. And I certainly didn't do it alone. I have a wonderful group of women on speed dial. You know, everybody needs those two women that are in their corner all the time, a coach, a mentor, or a fellow woman that you just know that you can call on and have them reflect back to you that vision that you're holding. Even if they don't get it, they are mindful of it, they are respectful of it, they are respectful of you, just to help you hold what it is you need to hold while you catch your breath and re-cement those boundaries and those goals and those agreements that you have with yourself, knowing that you can take that next step and then just see what's next. So really wanted to encourage you to take some time as you look into what it is that you want to create and what it is that you want to accomplish, the goal or vision or dream that you have, just one thing for right now that is calling to you, that wants to come through you right now, aligning it with your values and your mission, and then deciding how you will show up for it and creating some agreements between yourself and the way you want to show up with your energetically, spiritually, physically, and how you will do that to bring this vision into form that feels in integrity with your values, your missions, and the agreements that you've made with yourself to develop and consistently hold that self-trust that you have in yourself and your ability to bring this to life and to do it in a way that feels really good and supported, considering what you might need along the way. I hope some of this was helpful and resonant. We'll be diving into this more during the Feminine Leadership Masterclass. I hope you join us, and we will see you on the other side, loves. I believe in you, and I believe in us. I'm so happy to have you here with me. It's an honor to have you tuning in each week. I want you to know that no matter where you're at and no matter what transition you're facing, you are supported and loved. You are whole and you are more than capable as you are in this moment. You always have been. If you're ready to lean into a life of purpose, clarity, and joy through sisterhood, ritual, and intention, join us in the Connected Circle. Consider us your soul squad of women navigating all the transitions of life together. To join now, head over to my website, lisamalia.co, and join the Connected Circle at the very top of the page. I'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this show, please share, subscribe, rate, and write a review. This helps the goddess of the algorithm guide other incredible people to find this show and supports the work we do here. It really does make a difference, and I would be so, so grateful. With all my love, have a beautiful day.